As a player of Blocktails who's been playing the game since around Demo 2's release, the one thing I have never done in the game is play on hard mode. Mainly because did not believe that I had the skill to just beat a boss on hard. Because to be fair, I just used to play without training wheels, but then I stopped playing the game. Demo 3 released, Demo 4 released, and then I got back in the game this year. I forgot how to play the game, so now I decided, hey, how about I just play Blocktails again, since the rewrite happened, but on hard mode. Before we start, let's set some rules for this challenge. Rule number 1, I have to play on hard mode. That's pretty self-explanatory. Rule number 2, I have to do this all alone. No friends helping me. And rule number 3, I must gather every single buck that I can at the moment. So basically, if I can't get the buck, for example, like it's locked behind tall grass, which I can't cut yet, I have to go back for it later once I can. But that's all the rules for this challenge. But with that set aside, these little penguins asked us if we want to sit next to them and their grandpa at the Roblox convention, since, well, their grandpa is loud as hell and no one wants to sit next to them, which is sad. So we obviously say yes because they're little children. And after saying this, they get very happy. So now we're on our way to the convention. And slightly just going right, we just see all these rich Roblox millionaires. And we just see how much of an odd one out we are there. Because, bro, how are we at a convention with these millionaires and we're just some random guy going to the convention? Anyway, after entering the convention, we see a lot of people sitting down. And J Party is introducing us into this event. And at the very front, we find our seat with the penguins. Which, the grandpa is very confused on who the hell we are. And we don't want him yelling, so we just tell him, shut the hell up. So J Party formally welcomes us and tells us how we're going to be pioneered by the future, and how David Baszucki is going to formally introduce that. Which David Baszucki starts his speech on how he's so grateful that all these developers are here that are way richer than us, which I don't know how we're still here. Anyway, David Baszucki starts speaking about how there was a vision about what they should do to improve the platform, and how they want to bring back some safety, engineer scale, and performance, and also the creator economy, so they want to add this very legendary thing, which Grandpa won't shut the hell up and wake up, you stupid elder! But anyway, David Baszucki introduces the Retro Toolkit, which basically gives a retro vibe to everything. So we can feel retro. Like, I'm so retro, totally. And we're the only ones clapping because no one actually cares about it. Wow. So, and because one, it's trying to fit our vision, with some old UI and a lot of stuff. So it's very reliable. And David Baszucki gets interrupted, and he drops the device. Oh no! It's unscripted murder of David Baszucki. Wait, no, that's the wrong script. That's for next video. Okay, jokes aside, this mysterious man has these noobs tie up Builderman, and which this man starts going on to his speech. Blah, blah, blah. You suck. I don't like you. You're ugly. You're fat. Blah, blah, blah. Plus, I'm not listening, honestly. So J Party sees this commotion, and he decides to step up for Builderman since it's not scripted at all. No one planned for this random bum off the street with this fake dominus to get on stage and yap. So J Party gets on stage and decides to throw this plastic ball, which, damn, J Party got cooked up in 5 seconds. And seeing this horror, Grandpa finally wakes up from his 50-year nap, because, bro, he's old and crusty and musty. And then he just sees, and then he goes, oh wait, I remember this guy. I'll kill you. Which then after that, he goes to the ball and just tells us, hey, we had to defeat this guy because he's stupid, ugly, fat, and bald underneath that dominus. Which we totally believe it. So we are very angry at that fact. And also because he's calling us names. So we don't like this penguin. So we go up on stage with our ball and we begin fighting. So we have to now listen to this old penguin. So we just throw our ball at this guy with a helmet because no one likes him. at all, and then we just do it again! Because this guy's actually pretty annoying, so I just have to get him out of the way quick. And this noob tries to attack me, which I block, and then he gets back up. Throw the ball at him again! No one likes you! And then it's just this noob left. Let me just throw my ball again. And then I just have to throw my ball at him one more time. Stop trying to stab it! And I guess I don't have to throw my ball. I just have to punch him. Yippee! So after that, this guy is still holding the device since he never expected it. Yeah. And now this guy keeps yapping. Like, shut up, I don't care. And then David is scared, and then the penguin tells us to hit the device, and which both me and this bum get sucked back into the past. Which then we both get split up, and this bum gets perfectly back to his home on the floor. Which, since this guy does not know where he is, he's really confused. Since he's not anywhere close to home, and which his one-armed self doesn't know where he is. Since he keeps talking in riddles, and then this noob wrestler comes up to him asking what happened, and then he is so jealous of that bootleg Dominus, thinking it's real, and he asks, "Hey, do you need any help? I'll help you if you pay me." Which this bum says, "Yeah, I need help. I'll pay you." Totally. Just, do you have anyone that can help you? And then he just says, "Oh yeah, I know some noobs in the area." Which this guy, with the pure greed in his mind, knows he's not paying this poor guy. Which then is pretty sad because, bro, this noob is kind of respectable. But anyway, yeah. And then they run off. Leave it in. Bro, why did they not tell this noob? Go with your group, bro! Go with the group! And then we start waking up to this guy named Terry, which he looks pretty similar to the grandpa, so we tell him, "I'll kill you!" And which the penguin kindly accepts my request so that I can kill him. So I just throw my ball, very kindly, which does 2 damage, and then I just do it again, because I don't like this guy. What's gonna happen? Well, nothing bad's gonna happen. Oh, is that a gun? Ah! That did not happen at all. That didn't happen. Okay, but after I got my ass beat by Terry, I tell him how I come from the future and how the Roblox computer got destroyed, but he just says, "Oh, it's 2010, and you don't look from around here." But alright, you had to get out of my room. After getting kicked out of Terry's room, I decided, hey, I should go back to around the convention center in this timeline, since I know what's gonna happen. Which I decided to leave the hotel, which, to be fair, I haven't played this since the pre-rewrite, I thought, oh, I had to talk to the guy. But now the prologue actually begins, and this is actually where the fun begins. After leaving the hotel, we started going towards the same direction of where the convention was, and if you're wondering, no, I'm not grabbing the other cards to make this true hard mode. It's only hard mode. But I go to I remember about this bug, which, to be fair, I can get it right now, but it's way harder to do without rocket boots. So I decided to go inside the Iron Cafe to grab technically our first buck of the playthrough, which this is the earliest buck we can get, since, to be fair, since I'm just looking around in case there's another buck, but I do know there's a buck on top of the stage, so I go on top of the stage to just grab our first buck of the playthrough, which that's how the buck rule works. I have to literally go out of my way to find every single buck there is, no exceptions, unless I physically can't obtain it, or it's extremely hard to do. So this is our first example of how the buck rule works, since the buck on top of the lamppost it is attainable, but it's very hard to obtain with just the ball. So I'm going to get that later into Demo 2. Which now we are here at Roblox HQ, which I see the sword that we need, so yeah, I enter the building, and first things first, oh my god, it's our first enemies of the playthrough, not counting Terry or the tutorial. So this is going to show how this is gonna be some of the first fights of the game. To be fair, we can get some quick levels if I just grind the enemies here instead of just avoiding them. Because this XP is very valuable as of right now. Because of how much damage these bosses do once at a time. But this is a lot of NPCs right here, so I have to kill all of them so I kind of have to just kill them all at once, but I can't do that. So that was a horrible time. Like, you can see I'm not experienced with hard mode at all, but I'll get used to it. We keep going up into the HQ, which we also obtained our second bucket playthrough, and we keep going up into the HQ, fighting more and more enemies along the way, until we reach the very top, where we see these two red and blue noobs and Noobador from earlier around Shaletsky. Which, after Noobador backflips off the roof, Red is just beating the hell out of Shaletsky. Blue is just saying, "God damn, Red, you're cooking him." And which then we walk up to them, and Blue is trying to tell Red that we're there, and Red is just going, we're so strong, and which Blue has to yell at Red saying, "Someone's behind us!" And which then we start the actual first boss fight of the playthrough. Which Red and Blue, I decided to take out Blue first because Blue has mobility, which is pretty much way more annoying to deal with than Red, and that's actually the first block we hit of the playthrough. Which after I have to throw my ball one more time at Blue, Red tries to attack, which I block again. Which Blue is honestly the more annoying one, so I take down Blue first, and now it's just Red left, in which we do the same thing that we did to Blue, just throwing our ball and also blocking Red attacks before they land. Which quickly than ever, just Red goes down. This boss isn't that hard to deal with. It's just we have timing and also planning to deal with Red and Blue, but they weren't that much of an issue. After defeating Red and Blue, they start to flee back to Noobador saying, "Oh my god, we got beaten like hell, we have to help us!" And which now we walk up to Shaletsky, and Shaletsky is insanely hurt, which bro, I think he got brain damage, and Shaletsky starts talking about how like he got ambushed, both the Illumina and Builderman got taken, and how we have to make our way over to Road Town so we can get the Ice Dagger. So, and also the other swords so we can get back the Illumina, since they're the only way to stop the Illumina, in which Shaletsky gives us a wooden sword. Which then we break the planks to the elevator, we go downstairs, which, why are these guys floating? I think they need help, but anyway, we exit the building with our brand new wooden sword, like from Minecraft, to go, which my stupid self thought I could get sword tossed this early. I decided to go all the way back like an idiot, which was not worth it since sword toss was not there. Okay, so after going back and breaking the planks onto the bridge, we fight our first enemy with our brand new sword, which I hit them with my sword and they just get one shot. So I might just start using sword more often than ball, because ball is not really reliable. It's not really reliable at this point once I get sword toss, since ball does so little damage. So once I get sword toss, I'm just gonna replace it. But after that fight, I keep going down into the meadow from outside the Romantic HQ, which Terry comes back up to us, which I'm praying that he doesn't want to jump me again. Which then he's like, "Bro, why'd you leave this in my room? Take it." Which we get Power Stab, which honestly which we get a new card, which we just tell Terry, "Yes, I know how to use cards because I did it in the Pre-Prologue." Which then he leaves, and my stupid self, because I'm not using my mouse, forgot how to exit the thing for like a little bit. I kept messing up until I actually remembered the button. And then back on our adventure with our brand new sword and our brand new Power Stab, which I just use it instantly on this noob, in which he just gets one shot. Damn, that noob did not deserve it. But besides that, I keep going on to my merry way, which we fight another enemy, which I throw my ball at him, and which this one is the first one who actually has defense. So, and I still one-shot him, which, like, damn, how am I one-shotting them so quickly? Like, actually, that was fast. Like, it took one turn, which then I actually had to use my ball because flying enemies are here. Again, my least kind of favorite enemy type in the game as of right now, since we don't have sword toss. So we have to rely on our ball, aka not very reliable, since it does so little damage. Which we go back on our merry way, which I remember something. Isn't there we get interrupted by another noob, so I just go die to him, and which he just gets one shot instantly. I swear the sword's just overpowered this early. So I remember that there's a buck over here, and which, yeah, that's our third buck of the playthrough. So now I go back onto the trail, so we can continue on with the prologue. Which now there's a lamppost, and there's another flying enemy. I hate the flying enemies, but especially this cultist noob. So if you don't know what the cultist noob does, it just heals a ton. It just heals if you don't deal with him quickly, and he'll heal to back to full every turn. And with our damage not doing as much, and my stupid self forgetting how to exit out, I had to re-plug my mouse back in like an actual idiot. Like, I swear. So I can get back out. Because I should have my mouse plugged in at all times. So I now hit him with my sword, and which did I do it again? And I did it again. Wow. Which I'm just gonna use my mouse at times, because why am I just using the buttons? It's just, I don't care how the video looks, it's just, I need to use the button, I don't need to use the buttons at all times. But anyways, going back onto our path, we see trampoline, which we go up, and we continue on our quest, which we are almost towards the end of the video, which if you've been watching to this far, thank you. I'm very grateful for you just being here, but anyway, we now have this stupid guy with a helmet, so I just kill him quick, because damn, it's easy doing that. We just see him laying on the floor in the background, which damn, this guy tries to stab me, which successfully hits. I'm still not the best at hard mode playing, so I just throw my ball at him, which my stupid self forgot, which he can deflect, but it still works. And now the prologue is just almost over, but now we actually get our first level up, which I decided to level up my HP, especially because HP is gonna be necessary here because of how much damage the bosses do at once, because it's gonna be apparent during the next couple episodes, because they do so much damage. And we see this stupid noob with his helmet on again. You know what that means? Ball! And since he's on the floor, it's just called we stab him whilst he's on the floor, which, damn, he did not deserve that, low-key. And this noob tries to stab us, which we punch him, because why are you trying to stab me with a wooden sword? That's just not gonna work. Sure, I've done it, but not for you, bro. After a little bit more of exploring, I see a little spring back there, but I decided to not just go on it yet, which then, out of nowhere...
Hold it right there, punk! So, this is the diamond who gave you trouble, huh?
You thought you could defeat us? Yeah, you're in for it now. Red and blue, staying true!
Anyways, I'm looking like I'm taking you to Pound Town, kid.
Yeah! Get ready to eat dirt! Yeah. Damn, I didn't know they added voice acting to this. Anyway, it's time to fight, Red and Blue plus Nubador now. Since I can't get Blue, even though they have mobility, I just deal with Red first. Since you want to laugh at me for that? Yeah, that's what you get! Since Blue's mobility prioritizes here, I have the block here, so, which I do, and Blue then just goes down pretty quick. Which now begins, what I like to call Nubador's Super Ball Gauntlet. What do I mean by this? Nubador basically only did Super Ball toss the whll fight. No elbow drop once. I would like at least a variety of moves other than just him just spamming super ball toss. Like, sure, it's a 50-50, but him just doing it for like the whole battle, it's wild. Even though he almost did kill me, having me eat my cheeseburger, I didn't lose this fight. Like, I know this is not going to be a long win streak because the bosses on hard mode go absolutely crazy, but the fight's almost over now, and to be fair, this fight was somewhat difficult, but not as difficult as the ones coming up soon. And as of this fight, we level up once again, which I just do SP. Owie.
Red, come on, we gotta get out of here. This isn't over. We'll be back. You'll see.
And you want to just also leave your uncle on the floor doing the Peter Griffin pose? Okay. After that fight, with pretty good voice acting in my part, anyway, we grab the 4th block of the playthrough and begin a very long fight. What do I mean by this? This cultist noob fight took over a minute. And I made it the fight 10 seconds with the power of editing. You see how quick that went? If you think I want you to watch a minute of me fighting a noob cultist, no. But this is almost the end of this episode, and if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and please consider subscribing. Episode 2 is going to be on Chapter 1, which hopefully will come soon. But this is the end of this episode. Thank you for watching, though.